contractor and
I
plumber.
will do that for you. Welcome back to AM Live, and Kathy and I are here with Mr. London, who we enjoy having on all the time, and we're going to talk about water conservation and safety.
Correct. And you would think they don't go hand in hand, and they do. So I'm going to start off way over here on the right with toilet seats.
Boy, that's
okay.
great. No
Can
wonder you're the best handyman in Anode.
you see a difference between these two ladies? Go ahead, feel them, touch them.
This one is plastic and light.
And this is heavy duty.
Correct.
That's very
Okay.
heavy.
So many of us will see down at the big box store a toilet in a box.
Right.
Most of them come with a real cheap, flimsy toilet seat. Or in some of our homes, we have a toilet that's got a loose bolt or a broken bolt.
Yes.
Every time you sit on it, the thing wants to swivel. So whenever I do install somebody's toilet in a box, I always offer them the upgrade of the painted wood. This particular one is Bemis. It's one of the top brands out there. It's just a really good quality, heavy-duty toilet seat. When I come back to the customer's home 2-3 years later,
It's
there it
still
is. It's still sitting there nice, tight, and
this
safe.
this is extremely heavy.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Right.
Right.
So it's wood.
Remember that?
This is painted wood. It looks like plastic, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Now, there's a third type that I also install regularly, and that's a slow close toilet seat. But they run about $50. Not everybody wants to make that investment.
How much is that one?
That one's about $25.
Oh, really? Can you get it local?
Yeah, Ferguson or Slakey Brothers.
Okay.
Okay, the plumbing supply houses.
Yeah.
Okay, these are washing machine hoses. We have talked about them before. Nobody ever goes and looks at their back of their washer.
That's right.
Okay?
This is true.
Okay, these hoses look great. They're brand new. They just came out of the box. I buy these specifically because they're made in the USA. They're not coming from China. Okay, I like to support the United States where we can. You need to look at these hoses. If your washer and dryer is more than 5 years old, I recommend replacing them. $30-40, you can replace these, or we can come out and do it. What we're looking for on the ends is we're looking for corrosion, we're looking for water seepage,
Where?
and anywhere up here in Amador County, if you're in town, you don't generally see it as much, but if you're on a domestic well, you see the blue, you see the
bet.
white, so depending on what minerals you have, iron stains.
Right.
If you see that seeping around these ends or around the valves,
It's getting ready to go.
then, well, it could be getting ready to go, and we want to make sure that
Work
we...
with me, Stuart. I'm trying to get you work.
It's getting ready to go.
Have Stuart come up to your house and put some new ones
Okay,
in.
when we're there, we also can replace the actual valves and/or the valves in the drain box. So, we
And
want-
believe me, it is so important because how many people have left their home, come home, and the whole house is flooded?
and then it's a real big, ugly mess.
And try to get your insurance to pay for it.
Oh, they do,
Yeah.
in most
but-
cases, but not everything.
But why not spend a couple $100 and save yourself thousands later on?
Okay, so we know Alan is coming on the show a little later. This is not a sword or something of
Oh,
that
yeah.
nature. This is an anode rod. This particular one I have purchased for a client. The anode rod is inside of a water heater. Every water heater has an anode rod, and when we heat water, we break molecular bonds, and chemicals are released, and we can get smells in the water. So if you have a well or a domestic system with smelly water, one of the ways we can get rid of the smell is by changing the anode rod. This particular
okay.
one is a alloy of aluminum and magnesium, and it was designed specifically for the problem that
So,
my
no, what
client
do you
has.
have to do? Do you have to go empty
That's a great question. So it's actually the proper way to do it. We shut the water off. We completely drain the
Drain
water
water.
heater. We pump it out. I add some chlorine to sanitize it. We refill it. We
Put a new
change
rod
it. We
in?
change the rod, and then we turn the temperature up for 24 to 48 hours to the hottest setting. That kills bacteria and gives this guy a really good start. And then once this goes back to work, we're good. Now, a lot of times, water softening companies and other people will tell you, remove that anode rod and the smell will go away. And in many cases, that is correct. However, that voids your warranty. Water heaters have a
Okay.
6-year warranty, 1 year parts and labor, 5 years on parts.
Okay.
And if you remove the anode rod, you have just voided your warranty. This slowly deteriorates.
I see.
And so it's called a sacrificial anode rod, and that's
Okay.
what that. So that's one way to get rid of bad smells in the hot water.
Is there a way to do it with a tankless hot water heater?
Tankless hot water heaters are a whole different animal, so I'm going to defray on that. I
Okay.
do believe they do have an anode rod in them,
Okay.
but I honestly don't know where it is.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of us have sagging gates. We have that gate or fence.
Why do you look at me when you said sagging?
Take it as it is. They manufacture these gate kits. I purchased this one for a job we did yesterday, and on her house, we were actually able to just lift both gates about a half of an inch, and she had clearance, so we did not have to install this. But this is a great kit because as the gate gets older and older, it tends to droop at the further end. So we put a diagonal in, and then this turnbuckle right here is
Tighten it.
adjustable. So if it sags again, or if the post loosens up, we can tighten it and get it up off
Right.
the ground. Here's some examples of some old faucets that were removed. You know, you can just see some of the typical water stains and,
Right.
and dirt and debris on them.
Right.
Now, both of these happen to be Mowens. This one I just took out a week or two ago.
That's a good brand, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a very good
Yeah.
brand, but with the water conditions we have here, it's difficult to have anything maintained unless you've got water treatment,
Right.
especially if you're on a domestic well.
And that's another area where if you have anything break, then you have floods.
You're going to have floods. You also can have situations where there's leaks. Neither one of these was leaking underneath, but in the past, as you know, I've brought faucets where the valve has been leaking internally and there's been a drip under the sink. Nobody knew about it. Here's an example of one of the things that we often get a leak under the sink, and it's because the hose, excuse me, that connects here screws into this. And that hose loosens up. This particular one, you can see
Yeah.
that these are
Pitted.
identical, so it's pitted. So for just $20-25, we can replace the head. All of a sudden, it's back to
Right,
like
to
new
brand new.
condition, and everything works out well.
Well, I want everybody
Are we
to-
out of time here?
We are, but I want everybody to remember 223-3613.
No.
296.
296-3613. Stuart
his
London
shirt.
Handyman.
There you go.
296-3613. He threw me off by talking about sagging and leaking.
Let's remember to tell the people I'm a licensed contractor and
Yes.
a licensed
Plumber. And please, call Stuart. He will come out, and don't attempt a lot of these things yourself. Stuart, I'm going to leave you and Kath for a moment. I got to go over and talk about ponies here.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, dear. Thank you.
Okay.
And now TSPN presents Amador Live, only on